Pan Am's 1952 tragedy, a flight that left Puerto Rico bound for Nua Titan, has finally come to light after more than 7 decades beneath the Atlantic. That's what this episode is about. The story began on Good Friday, April 11, 1952, when a Douglas DC-4, christened the Clipper Endeavour, took off from San Juan, carrying 69 passengers and crew. With the sun high and the air clear, the plane started its climb toward New York's Idlewild, which today is the Kennedy International Airport. Only 9 minutes into the flight, the right-hand pair of engines lost power in rapid succession. The pilot, John C. Byrne, made a turn back to San Juan, but the plane was already losing altitude as it drifted over the open ocean. Facing an emergency, Byrne ordered a dump of fuel and prepared for a water landing. The aircraft splashed down in the waves, and, at that moment, every person on board was alive. The initial crash surprised everyone. But the real tragedy unfolded in the minutes that followed. Panic, confusion, and language barriers spread across the cabin. Some passengers refused the captain's orders to leave the aircraft, choosing instead to stay buckled amid the rolling seas. The pilot, faced with the chaos, had to force a handful of people into the water eateries. Rough seas, the threat of sharks, and the lack of a common language all complicated the evacuation. In the end, 52 of the 69 people on board did not make it back to shore. The crushing loss led to a worldwide re-examination of airline safety procedures and the way crew briefings were conducted at the time. For 70 years the wreckage lay hidden, a 737-sized ghost, waiting at a depth of about 2,000 feet in Zod, approximately 5 miles off Puerto Rico's coast. It was not until June 2, when a group of researchers equipped with an autonomous underwater vehicle, essentially a torpedo-shaped robot fitted with sonar and cameras, combed the seafloor, that the long-lost plane brushed its marker in the watery dark. The vehicle's log showed white lettering in the shape of the Pan American logo, PAA on the nose, the same winged globe that would have been visible to a passenger looking out the window. In addition, the letters VOR could be read on the tail of the ON declined for the Endeavour, though the rest of the name had been eroded into a sea-dustic mander. To see the plane like that, already submerged for more than 70 years and yet still gleaming with the bright aluminium, was truly a shock, said Josh Gates, the host who was involved in the project and later chronicled the discovery on his show. It took my breath away. The find is more than an archaeological curiosity. The recovery of the DC-4 helps historians trace what exactly happened during those frantic minutes, and provides a tangible reminder of how far aviation safety has come. In 1952, before the era of mandatory takeoff and landing briefings, that tragedy was the catalyst to shape the safety protocols we rely on today. So, as we let the 1952 calamity recall itself, we also watch the spirit of inquiry capture the remnants of a plane that traveled across the world in our own decades. Keep an eye on continued research. Each new image or finding might explain more about what went wrong and what went right. Thank you for listening. Join us next time as we dig into another slice of history, one that still speaks to the air we all share.